Democratic Michigan State Senator Mallory McMorrow is speaking out. She took to the floor of the state capitol Tuesday after a Republican colleague accused her of grooming children in a fundraising email.
That's right. Senator Lana Thays recently echoed popular Republican talking points that have been the backbone of legislation proposals nationwide to block teachings about race, gender, and sexual identity in schools. McMorrow says she's being attacked for standing up for marginalized groups.
I am a straight, white, Christian, married, suburban mom. I want my daughter to know that she is loved, supported, and seen for whoever she becomes. I want her to be curious, empathetic, and kind. People who are different are not the reason that our roads are in bad shape after decades of disinvestment, or that healthcare costs are too high, or that teachers are leaving the profession. I want every child in this state to feel seen, heard, and supported, not marginalized and targeted because they are not straight, white, and Christian.
That video of McMorrow's speech has garnered more than 8 million views on Twitter. Former Secretary of State Hillary Clinton even retweeted the video with a quote from the speech that reads, "Hate will only win if people like me stand by and let it happen."
CBS News political reporter Caitlin Huey-Burns joins us now for more. Hi, Caitlin. As we mentioned, this video is getting a lot of attention on social media. Can you give us a sense of sort of what the reaction has been so far?
That's exactly right. And actually, I just checked before coming on air, and that video has been viewed nearly 10 million times. So that just shows the scope and the reach that it has had. And this is really significant because this is kind of the most forthright pushback from Democrats that we've seen against attacks on the party. We know that Republicans are very focused on hitting Democrats on education, on critical race theory, on a variety of different issues surrounding that. As you mentioned in the lead up to this segment, Florida passed that parental rights bill that critics have called the Don't Say Gay bill. And what's significant is that we're seeing legislation in other states that is starting to mirror that, or at least talk of it as well. And so as we're looking at kind of the national impact of what state legislatures are doing, this is significant. And remember, during the hearings for Ketanji Brown Jackson, the president's Supreme Court nominee who was confirmed by the Senate a couple of weeks ago, these issues were at the very heart of the Republican attacks against her. And these are going to be issues that are going to really define the midterm elections that will determine the balance of power in Congress, but also determine the balance of power in some of these state legislatures and governorships around the country where this legislation is starting. So this is the most forceful pushback we've seen from Democrats yet.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see if this inspires further pushback by Democrats on these talking points that Republicans have been pretty successful with. Caitlin, I want to pivot now to another topic, student loans. The Biden administration announced yesterday, of course, 40,000 borrowers will be eligible for full loan forgiveness. It's the latest in a string of efforts surrounding canceling student loans. That, of course, was a major policy initiative for Democrats. So how significant are these announcements, and how do you see it impacting the midterms?
Well, Tanya, this announcement yesterday is an administrative fix that the administration hopes will lead to debt relief for some 40,000 people. But it's a really interesting issue because this is one where you've seen Democrats going after the president for not doing enough on student loans. Remember, when Biden was campaigning for president, he pledged to provide $10,000 in student debt relief. He has pushed Congress to pass that legislation. But as we know, it's very difficult to get anything through this Congress, given the divisions. So they haven't been able to muster this past Congress. He is trying to use administrative tools to alleviate some debt for students. But this is a big issue that Democrats are pushing him to do more in terms of executive action, rank and file Democrats, but also Democrats like Majority Leader Chuck Schumer urging the president to take executive action to alleviate student loan debt. This is a big issue to watch, guys, ahead of the midterm elections. Republicans because young voters were really critical to Biden's victory. They turned out in a higher rate in 2020 than they did in 2016. And Democrats that I've been talking to on Capitol Hill and beyond are saying that Democrats need to be able to go back to their voters with big wins, to be able to get them, encourage them to turn out again. Otherwise, they risk depressing their turnout ahead of these critical races. And the enthusiasm gap between Democrats and Republicans is already pretty wide, with Republicans winning in that regard. So a lot at stake here, and we'll see whether the Biden administration continues to, they said that they would extend relief for payments until August 31st. It's right before Labor Day, of course, when these midterm campaigns pick up. We'll see if they extend that even further, what they do next.
All right. Well, Caitlin Huey Burns in Washington, thank you so much.
Thank you.